Truly, we thank Yahweh for just being so good. We thank Yahweh for his power and for his might. Couldn't do anything without him. Nothing. We just count on blessings. We just understand in all things we are to give him praise.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Today we're going to have a little understanding of Yahweh's word. And it comes from 1 Peter chapter 2. And it says, verse 6, wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious. And he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. Unto you therefore which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner, and a stone of stumbling, and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto they also were disappointed. And today we're going to talk about the chief cornerstone. So for those of you who may not have a little knowledge about what building is all about,
Yeah.
so in construction, it is always important, especially when you're dealing with a stone building, you got to have that chief cornerstone. And that chief cornerstone, it is the absolute angle. It is the absolute pinnacle point to establish a building and to build it firmly in place. And one thing about the chief cornerstone, it's always bigger than the other rocks. It's always bigger than the other stones. And that chief cornerstone is Yahshua Messiah. It's amazing how Yahshua used himself to let us understand the basic building points of life. So a chief cornerstone, it is mainly on a corner. In that corner, it connects two walls. And those two walls represent for us, believers of Yahweh, is where Yahweh connects the Hebrews or the Jewish people and the Gentiles. It is a connection point. Everything goes to Yahshua Messiah.
Hallelujah.
To let you know that this foundation that we're building on, it is righteous. It is truth.
That's right.
It is Yahweh's word. And because we believe in Yahshua, the chief cornerstone, we become the living stones. So what we do, we are automatically connected to the chief cornerstone.
Yeah.
So if we're connected to the chief cornerstone, we have the power that comes in Yahshua Messiah. We have the ability to receive those things that are spiritual, to grow, to keep us growing and keep us elevated in our walk. Because they got to realize in all things, those who reject that chief cornerstone, it also becomes a stumbling block. So, in other words, when that wall is built, you can't penetrate it. In other words, that wall is so strong because it's built by the hand of Yahweh himself, that the enemies and all those who go against that wall will falter. You will turn it to stone, turn it to dust, should I say. But it goes to let us know as believers of Yahweh that Yahshua Messiah is our chief cornerstone.
That's right.
And if we are connected to him, we become the living stones. In other words, everything that Yahshua Messiah stands for, we stand for. We are connected to him through the blood. We are connected through him through Yahshua Messiah, through Yahweh. And that means as believers of Yahweh, we have to continue to kill the flesh, because we can't allow those things to harbor in us. Because if you can't love your brother or sister in Yahweh, you gossip about people, you're not connected. That means that there's a problem in your connection point. In other words, you're not where you need to be spiritually. And some things come by praying and fasting. So you got to get yourself together and realize you got to do a self-evaluation of where we all at. And we have to understand that healing, the joy, the peace, all that comes from the chief cornerstone. But you have to be right in your walk with Yahweh, and you have to be sincere about it, and you have to read the word, and you have to remove yourself from all your things that you normally do.
That's right.
And sometimes you got to understand that we are our own worst enemy.
Hallelujah.
So we need to pray to Yahweh that he build us in the way we need to be built. Because if we want to make it into heaven, we only get one opportunity. Because we take it day by day, but we're not guaranteed to finish out the day. So it becomes, we take it second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour,
All right.
day by day, month by month, and year. So as believers of Yahweh, the things that we've done in the past that we know that hinder us, we need to put those things away and look at the big picture.
That's right.
When Yahshua Messiah comes, will you be ready? When Yahshua Messiah comes, will there be an excuse? In other words, he's already shown us about love.
Oh, yeah.
And he's already shown us about the way to make it. He's given us instructions. And you think about the word of Yahweh. Because, you know, the other day I was doing some work on my trailer and I had a flat tire. Well, I got this little device you put up under it. You can roll the first tire under it. It has two tires on each side. So it rolls up on one side. So I happened to see Brother Melvin. And I said, you know what? We didn't try pumping this tire up and to no avail. So we went ahead and I pulled the tire off. And on the inside was a big old hole. So we've done all this pumping for nothing. The air was just going right out. So but what I did, I said, I'm going to go disconnect the trailer from my truck. Well, I forgot because it was already up on one side and there was nothing to keep it from rolling back. When I did, it rolled back off of my truck and onto the ground. So what I did, I said, now I got to get this thing up so I can jack it back up.
Right.
So what I had in my truck was some paper and my Bible. And what I did, I took the paper down and I put my Bible on top of it and I jacked this trailer back up. And I told Brother Melvin, I said, see Melvin, the Bible is also a multi-tool, purpose tool. You can use it for every aspect of your life. Because if you talk about finances, it's in the Bible. You talk about the way of living and treating people right, it's in the Bible. So I'm just saying, me and Melvin, we laughed at that once, and Melvin, there's a lesson to be learned in everything that we do in life. But the bottom line is, we got to follow after Yahshua Messiah and understand that he's a chief cornerstone. And I don't care how bad it may look, what it may seem like, you just make sure that you think on those things that are good. And for that, Melvin took a picture of it, and me changing this trailer out with using the Bible, jacking this thing up. And we sit there laughing, I go, yeah, the Bible is strong. If Yahweh can make the universe, Yahweh can hold up this little trailer. So bottom line is, believers, understand what you're working with, understand what you're dealing with. Yes. When you talk about the power of Yahweh, there is nothing that Yahweh can't do. So whatever you're going through in life, you make sure you lay it all on him, give it to him, and he will definitely answer your prayers because he's Yahweh. Let us bow our heads. Yahweh, Heavenly Father, Most High, Precious King, we thank you, Yahweh, for your blood. Your Son, we thank you for salvation. We thank you, Yahweh, because you have been so good and you made a way for us all. Yahweh, keep us and just guide us. And Yahweh, give us strength and look down upon our young people. Yahweh, touch them and just guide them. Yahweh, give them wisdom and awaken the seed that was planted. Let the seed, Yahweh, be watered and let them know that, Yahweh, that you have people in reserve who are not bound down to Baal. Yahweh, touch them and guide them. Lead us all and just keep us on the path of righteousness. Yahweh, give us strength and give us understanding and give us, Yahweh, humility. And give us, Yahweh, the mindset to pray for our brothers and sisters daily. And to raise them up before you right now, Yahweh, before the altar. That you, Yahweh, may bless us all that we may make it home. Look down upon, Yahweh, those who are less fortunate. Look down upon the alcoholics. Look down upon, Yahweh, those who are incarcerated. Look down upon the strong believers. Look down upon the ones who are Yahweh fighting and struggling along the way. Yahweh, build them up. Yahweh, look down upon our leaders right now, Yahweh. That you may continue to touch our spiritual leaders and guide us all and guide us in the right direction. That you may, Yahweh, give us, Yahweh, what thus saith Yahweh. We pray that you look down upon each and every one of us, Yahweh, and just touch us. Touch us in a very special way. You know what we need. You know where we're short, where our shortcomings are, Heavenly Father. Look down upon all those who are sick right now, Yahweh. We pray that you will touch them, that your spirit, Yahweh, go out, Yahweh, touch and just heal right now, Heavenly Father. Because we realize, Yahweh, in all things, Yahweh, that you are able to do everything, Yahweh. And you are not limited in everything that we ask, Heavenly Father. We pray, Yahweh, that you keep us and just guide us. Look down upon our service. Look down upon our speaker and just use him and just guide him. And Yahweh, just mold us and just continue to just be patient with us. As we walk along this walk right now, Yahweh, build us up and make us one. This we pray in Yahshua Mashiach. Hallelujah. Amen.